Hey, fellow YouTubers, it's me, John Lavelle. Listen, for people that are considering buying a house, I'll tell you what the real cost of the house is. It isn't, you find a house through a real estate agent is $350,000, and you figure, okay, well, we can handle that cost, and nice house, and it's worth the money. But you have to realize that that isn't what you're paying for the house. That's what the house was for sale for. And the bank is going to come in behind you, and you'll put the down payment down. They'll lend you the rest of the money. Now, if you're buying a house for, say, $350,000, $360,000, your cost in 25 years paying to the bank will be very, very close to about $1 million. The rule of thumb is multiply whatever the price of the house is by 3. So if you're looking at 360, you're looking at pretty close to $1 million. Now, the other end, which is kind of a negative, is amortization always favors the bank. In other words, so you make payments, but they're not even payments. You're paying all the interest at the beginning. And for example, let's say you bought a house, you could amortize for 25 years, and you keep it for 10 years. Well, say you keep it for half the time. 25 years, that would be 12 and a half years. So at the end of 12 and a half years, you say, well, okay, let's sell the house, we'll buy another house. So you go to find out how much you still owe on the bank, and you're expecting you owe half of the amount. No, you don't. You don't owe half the amount. In fact, you'll find out you almost owe them as much as you did when you bought the damn house, because all the interest was piled up at the beginning and you paid almost no principal. You're lucky if you paid 5% principal, the rest of it was interest. Now, the principal gets to be larger as the years go on, but and the interest gets to be less as the years go on, but the majority of all the interest is all at the beginning. So now you're moving and you're getting out of this mortgage and find out that wow, all that money we paid and we still owe them almost the full amount. That's the way the banks are, so you gotta be careful of that. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, this is the way it's been set up. It's always been set up. You should always amortize over, say, 15 years or 10 years if you can handle the extra expense. And the extra expense isn't that much more. That's the thing about it. It's not like it's twice or 3 times as much. If you get into a 15-year program, it's only like maybe 20%, 25% more of a payment per month. If you can afford it, smart, you just cut 10 years off your mortgage. Less interest to the banks. And if you can go 10, great. If you go 5, wow. Another thing I advise you to do, if the interest rates are high and your mortgage is becoming renewable, you're better off paying the extra point and a half and going just for a 1 year to see whether the interest rates change or not, as opposed to saying, oh, I should get into a 5-year because I'm scared. And I can get it for less, a point and a half less is not worth it. But you're just stuck into this high rate for 5 years. You're better off waiting it out and watch to see if the bank does lower the interest rate. If the bank gets the interest rates down and your mortgage is renewable, say in a year or say at the time in which you're applying, that's the time to jump in and lock yourself in. Anyways, so that's important too. Anyways, that's what I'll tell you about mortgages and how much you're really paying for a house. See ya.